I kind of stole 2 points today. We definitely didn't play our best game by any means, but hallmark of a good team has been able to kind of grind through those nights and find a way to win. So obviously Nick Ehlers kind of leading the charge there with that unbelievable tying goal, and then just some shrapnel into the net on the next one. So definitely feels like we stole 2 points, but it's important for teams like us to gut through wins like this.
Does it feel? I mean, you just talked about Nick Ehlers. He's a guy that's been trying to put a bunch of pucks to the net. It seems like they're going off of sticks and just not quite getting there. Good for him, I guess, to get the reward. We know that he's capable of it, but just to be able to get that and get.
Yeah, to see one go in, I think is huge for him. Maybe two. I don't know what the scoring is on the second one, but to see one go in for him, I think it's gonna be huge for his confidence. It feels like that kind of comes in waves for him. So he's obviously a guy that we're gonna need to score, and he's been good so far. But he's obviously all world. So as soon as if he starts feeling good with the puck, then look out.
One more just on the penalty kill tonight, being able to. I figured you'd be pretty pumped about that. Just your thoughts on what it did well tonight.
Yeah, I feel like we were in pretty good sync tonight. I thought our stands at the blue line were a little bit better. We were pressured a little bit more at the right times. We were, when we forwarded pressure down, our D would come out and then kind of eliminate another option. So we kind of squeezed a few more plays, and they just didn't really get many good looks. So, that was huge for us tonight.
I'm sorry, because I'm sure this must have been asked, but what in the world was that ending those
seconds? I don't know. Feels like we stole two for sure. Like I was saying earlier, basically just finding ways to win hockey games is going to be huge for us, and especially we're still without two of our top players, and got to find a way to get these ones out.
And then on Hellebuck having an extremely Hellebuckian night, how's that for you guys in hand?
That's why I feel like I said that a week or two ago, where he just needs one game to kind of get rolling and be the best goalie in the world again. So. Feel like he's growing with confidence now, and as he should be. Cool.
Sorry for not being more specific, but what in the world was that last 20 seconds of goal?
Oh my God, you would never be able to draw it up like that. That's the NHL. I got to play a full 60.
And then certainly an extremely Hellebuckian night from yourself. I mean, sometimes you guys get a little bit shelled. You have a lot of work to do. Sometimes you don't have it. What did this particular win feel like for you?
I felt really good out there. I thought the guys were blocking shots and boxing out, allowing me to see pucks. It makes the world of a difference. So, weird way to draw it up, but an NHL win is an NHL win.
And then comments on the PK. I mean, maybe that's where some of those box outs that you're talking about came from. Seemed like there were some clears, but what was the difference or the trick tonight?
I got a little bit of puck luck mixed with a little bit of bad luck, so it kind of evened itself out. you know, the D-men, they were blocking the ones they had too, and they were allowing me to see the ones. I mean, the PK was good tonight. So I thought overall our performance was right.
Paul Maurice mentioned not too long ago that a lot of the goals so far this year are deflections across the NHL. What do you as a goalie want to see when that puck's coming in from a deflection? Like guys fronting it, playing behind it? Like what's the theory of that play?
In my opinion, this early, you have two options. You have lock onto your guy and quit puck watching a little bit, or you can like tie up a stick, or you can front it and 100% it's on you. In my opinion, I think it's better to tie up with the guy and let the goalie do his job, but you know, there's scenarios where both come into play.
Connor, in those seesaw battles, I mean, it's kind of two extremes. You're on the losing end of that, and kind of be, I don't want to say necessarily fully demoralizing, but it can be really grouping. I saw Nick Ehlers jump into the the glass there. At the start of a 3-game road trip, how nice is it to get that victory to start off?
Well, it's huge. Getting above 500 is big for this club, and keeping the win streak going. So I think the guys are building confidence, and it's a big deal. When you can build some confidence and carry momentum, it's a big deal in this league.
When you played the way that you played tonight, I mean, you gave your team a chance to win. Obviously, the 2 points are going to count for everybody, but the goal gets by you at the end there, and then you see your team score in 20 seconds. Just personally, how does that feel?
Well, it feels great because anytime you get beat late in the third, it sucks. No matter how it goes in, if the guy makes a beautiful shot or it's a backdoor, if it's a tip in, no matter what, you're thinking, how could have I made that save to change this game around? So to get the result I wanted after that really put some ease in my mind.
You know, you guys, and we know the comments on paper, but you guys are built to be contenders. That's what the expectation is for you guys. Not so much with this team, a young and exciting team, but you've seen them 3 times in a month now. They give you a run for your money, despite maybe those differences and beliefs of where you'll be at the end of the season.
Yeah, they're a good team. They have a good goaltender, and they play hard. They battle hard, and they got some skill. I've only seen them 3 times, so I don't want to make too many comments on them. But they're a good team.
Last one from me. I mentioned the Ehlers jumping into the glass. That was his first goal of the season. He was getting shots, getting opportunities, but just as a teammate to see that one go in for him, how did that feel?
Well, it's even bigger that it had such an impact on the game. So now he can go home and build on that. He can sleep easy and know that his game is right.
Actually, on a goal like that, from a goalie's perspective, I mean, what a shot from his perspective. What a shot by Nick Ehlers. But what is a goalie's play on a play like that?
To be honest, I wasn't watching. I was sitting on the bench and I was just believing in the guys, so I was catching my breath and hoping to hear something good, and I did.
Right on. Yeah. Thank you. go from when you guys pulled the goalie in that face-off through to the game winner?
Crazy. It just shows that we don't quit in that room. We keep going. We came back and we came back, so that's very exciting for us.
Does it mean anything extra? We talk about creating chances, getting your looks, that's age-old, but you score your first, it's an enormous one, and it's a nice one. Does that feel a little bit extra for you tonight?
For sure. I mean, when you don't score, you try and find ways to score. I think that is part of my job, to contribute in that way. But I don't think that I played bad in the games before that. It just wasn't going in. I think I had a lot of good chances. I had a lot of shots. But I think tonight, I just skated, man. I'm so gassed right now. And it feels amazing, obviously, to come back and win that game. So I feel great.
It wasn't maybe the most convincing of wins, but it was, that ending, you could see the excitement, you could see that jolt go through the team. And when you have a 3-game road string here, you lose that game, you're probably not feeling great. What do you think that can do for this club here as you finish the week off in California?
I mean, whenever you lose a game, you want to bounce back the next. Losing sucks. So, yeah, we didn't play our best game today. We know we got a lot more. But that's also exciting. That we're not going to play 82 great games. That's just not happening. It's not happening for any team in this league. But when you got a group of guys like that don't quit, when you're not playing a great game and be able to come back and get the 2 points, that's exciting for this group. So we got to keep the momentum going. We got to fix the things that we didn't do well and go out and do that better next game.
Understanding it's a team sport, but Connor Hellebuyck gave you a chance to win tonight. Does that thought run through your mind? That 22 goals in 19 seconds or whatever it was that you got him the win? Maybe just comment on his game tonight. You don't want to make it about one guy, but.
Well, he's a great goalie. Obviously, most teams in the league are going to say that they have the best goalie in the league, but I really do think that we have the best goalie in the league, in the world. So, when he goes in and plays the way he did tonight, even when, we gave up a lot of chances, that's exciting for him. It's exciting for us to know that we got, not just him, but also Combs. That's a pretty great duo to have on the team. So, they're going to continue working on their game. We're going to continue on working on our game, and make the puzzles fit. So, he's great as always.
So last one from me. You guys are viewed as contenders in this league this season, just given your, the makeup of your roster. Anaheim, not so much, but a young and exciting team, a team that you've seen 3 times this month. They gave you a run for your money. What are you seeing from that club?
They got a lot of skill out there. They're fun to play against. Yeah, it maybe wasn't as playoff like against Minnesota, but you got to find different ways to win games. But they got some great young talent in there. Obviously exciting for them, but we're happy we ran away with the 2 points tonight.
mean, that's the interesting thing about the sport is that every puck that goes to a net is a chance, right? So every once in a while you'll hit that unusual, you bang in two like that. And I've seen games like that before. I've seen it in the playoffs. Down a goal, pull a goalie, score, and go right down the ice and win a series on that. It happens. I don't think that, I mean, if you're going to try to make sense of this in terms of karma, Nick Ehlers probably had enough stored up or bounces or whatever it is for a good shooter to get a few breaks, where I don't think he's had very many at all. But that first shot, I don't think is breaks. That's incredible, right? So I thought we played a pretty darn good game in here, game one, and didn't come out with a win. And I think they were better than we were overall here tonight, and we got the win. So maybe it evens out.
It seemed like early last season this kind of thing was happening to you. Can you explain the swing in emotions from there to here?
Well, no, I don't want to explain the difference in language on the bench from before to just after, but good lessons, right? Those are important things to start to believe that even if you're down, you can pull your goalie and score a goal. You can push hard right after and get another one. So good things to learn.
To have that, I guess, body of work or evidence for your team to kind of build on, you've got 3 wins without Wheeler and Scheifele in the lineup, so you've got, I guess, that body of work going forward. You've got a game like this one where it's a full 60 minutes and you're able to come back in the final minute and a half. How important is having that body of work going forward as your team kind of starts to build?
I think it's really important. It's also really important that you don't overreact either way, because maybe just as significant an event happened to us in Minnesota, right? We empty net, offside, like you just don't ever see it, and it happens to you, and you end up losing the game. It's painful, but your game, man, I love that game. Here, we won't get too excited about the win. Not to be disrespectful. It's all related to our own play, how we feel we've played, and we had some egregious turnovers tonight that you just got to get out of your game. But good fight to stay in it.
Dubois lines seem to be like you can't look away. They might create something in the offensive zone, and certainly there were the giveaways as well. I mean,
dangerous at both ends, right? Learning as they go, right? There's more pressure on those guys now. They play against a different matchup. They, new partners. Pierre-Luc's been really, really good. I'm not going to over-evaluate what we saw tonight. He's been defensively he's been good. He's even in last year. I liked his reads were really strong. He had a couple pucks get away from him, one on the first shift, and it was kind of set the tone for the night. Still managed to score a goal, so that's a positive. And all of those things are correctable.
Well, do you think your team's using the absence of Blake and Mark as a motivator? I mean, you got 3 straight wins without 3 key contributors in the lineup.
Well, they're not using it as an excuse. That would be for sure. And then, those are 2 really well-liked guys in the room, and they're going to look forward to them coming back. We may even see Blake Wheeler on the ice tomorrow. So then after that, it's more ice time, right? More excitement. So I think they're having fun with it. And we haven't. That's a fairly dangerous thing to lose those 2 guys and be 6 of 8 on the road to start the season. You can get yourself into a hole that you got to really scratch and claw to get back to. So I'm really proud of the way they've handled it.
All wins count for the same amount of points, but when you look at Nick Ehlers jumping up against the glass, he gets credit for both those goals. You look at Connor Hellebuck, who I think gave you a real opportunity to win this game.
Right.
Does it have maybe an added element to those guys from the
Most
team?
important, right? 2 players that we rely on so incredibly much. And, Connor Hellebuck has had a season's worth of bad breaks happen in front of him, or games or goals that he doesn't like, and then come back and the wins on him. And then Nicky, especially with that shot, and to be the guy that gets you the win, especially if you've had a few games where you didn't feel that you were at your best. Really important to get those guys confident.
That's one for me. This third time you got to see the Anaheim Ducks, you guys are viewed as Stanley Cup contenders with your roster. Them not so much, but an exciting, spunky game. They really gave you a run for your money. It seems like this month. Just kind of thoughts on what they're
Yeah,
building.
I think they've earned their points that they had to have. I think they've played good competition and earned points coming in. I think that there is a natural almost bottoming that happens when you go through. I mean, when you walk in here, there's the Stanley Cup champions and then 5 state Pacific Division champions, I think. And for me, they're on the upswing again. Dallas, hasn't had a lot of cards over the course of his coaching career to play, but I like the way they play the game. They had a really nice balance between being aggressive. They were on the puck. They were sharper than we were tonight. They're on the upswing.
Is there an analogy? We talk about, say, Nick Ehlers getting good looks, right? Like
Yep.
taking good opportunities. And that's as old as time. But is there an analogy between that for a scorer and a guy like Connor Hellebuck who plays well, stuff happens, but now he gets to have this, 9 whatever save percentage big night?
Right. I think this is the exact same thing, right? Because you have rules isn't right, but you have a game plan as a player, and you apply this mentality to how you want to play. And for Nicky, getting pucks to the net, creating those scoring chances, shooting the puck a lot, that's the driver for him, except he's not scoring. And for Connor, it's, he'll tell you, I feel good in the net. I feel good going out there. My process is right, but nothing is going right in front of me. That's why it's so much easier to have a veteran player deal with that, because they'll just keep doing it and things will turn. So both of those guys, I think, have had, they've been so important to us, and they've had so many great games that I wasn't particularly worried about either of them. Okay, guys, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, fellas.